For every dollar a man makes, an ugly man makes 85 cents.
A University of Texas at Austin professor by the name of Daniel Hammermesh is saying that ugly people need affirmative action. Okay.
Well, now, if you've ever been for a job interview, you'll know just how nerve-wracking they can be. And while you may be fully qualified, you're never guaranteed of landing the position because more often than not, your appearance is what's really being judged. It's a form of discrimination called Lookism, and in some parts of the country, it's illegal.
Women battling the bulge are facing shrinking salaries as they lose out to thinner colleagues.
Despite its not-so-serious name, Lookism, or the discrimination against the ugly, poses a serious problem. Unlike age, race, or gender, physical attractiveness or ugliness is difficult to determine or even measure. However, when quantified using facial dimension ratios and facial symmetry, it shows that as a group, ugly people have lower status jobs, lower paying jobs, and typically have fewer friends. Similar negative trends in other social groups provoke the creation of affirmative action. Even obesity campaigners have managed to raise awareness of discrimination against the larger members of society. Unfortunately, few people are standing up for the rights of the physically unappealing. The question is, do we really care? We find it appropriate to safeguard the rights of other members of society in our workplaces, but we seem curiously united in apathy against the ugly.
So, ugly people earn less money over their lifetime, and you want to help them.
But how do you prove it? How do you prove that somebody was discriminated against because
they're ugly?
They're ugly.
And how do you decide who's ugly?
For someone to be willing to sue or to say, I've been discriminated against because I'm not attractive, that would be someone putting on paper saying, I'm ugly, I'm unattractive. Would somebody be willing to do that?
They earn less money, they get less earning spouses, they have trouble getting loans, and I think helping them is at least as justifiable as helping many of the groups we now protect.
If affirmative action is still needed as a positive force for equality in New Zealand business, isn't protection of the ugly the next logical step? Or is affirmative action unwarranted when it's inconvenient and confronts our inherent prejudices?
And you just can't say affirmative action should be gone, everyone should get in on their own merit, when all affirmative action does is help to rectify access issues and also highlights inequalities around education.
It's already happened in some jurisdictions in California, in DC, in France. I don't think it's going to happen in the next few years, but I can see someday when the economy gets going real well again, yeah, there'll be a push for this, and it may eventually happen in some form.